What up, what up, what up? Happy New Year, New Year Giant Nation. What's going on out there? Just wanted to, up here, baby. Just wanted to give myself a formal introduction to this community. You know what I mean? Start off with some of the basics. I'm a 43-year-old New York Giant fan who resides, born and bred in Wilmington, Delaware. And I know I get it all the time. How's a guy from straight up Philadelphia Eagle country become a diehard New York Giants fan? Well, look, I'll just sum that up with two little numbers, and that's 5 and 6. And I ain't got to go into no detail about what that symbolizes in New York Giant history. So, I'll start off with a little bit of the basic information here. Like I said, I'm 43, Wilmington, Delaware, born and bred, like I just said, and I've been a fan for about 35 years now. It's been roughly about like since about 85 or so that I hopped on board on this New York Giant train. Like I said, LT is the reason I became a fan, but definitely not the reason I sustained it. I've been loyal to this organization because it's just a well-run organization. I respect the way they do business. It's been a little rough the last few years, but we're gonna get this thing corrected. I'm confident in that because they've never shown me anything different in my history, in my time being a fan. So I'm confident we're gonna right this ship and it's coming. I think we got the right coach in place. I'm not 100% sold on Daniel Jones, but I feel like he is a player and he can provide something. And if he's not the answer, I think we'll have that figured out officially by the end, I would say at least by the end of next year. So I ain't worried. I'm not gonna get into all that right now because this is like I said, introduction to myself to this community. So like I want to, I'll go into like maybe I'll start off with some of my basic things like maybe a best player. Obviously, my favorite all-time New York Giant is Lawrence Taylor. He's my favorite defensive player all time. My favorite defensive player on the New York Giants. Period. And then I got my favorite offensive player as well, and that's my guy Eli Manning, the most disrespected guy in the history of the NFL, bar none, hands down. The Rodney Dangerfield of quarterbacks by far. Just no respect ever given to Eli Manning. Not the proper respect anyway. And he's definitely my guy, you know what I mean, offensive. I will go to bat all day long for Eli. Anybody got a problem with Eli, you got a problem with me, baby. Like it's just how it goes down. I will straight go to bat, you know what I mean? I will respect your opinion about Eli. If you got a problem, you don't like him, I'll respect it, but I will clap back with my opinion, you know what I mean? And I'll do it also respectfully, because that's like a big thing with me. We ain't gotta agree on things, you know what I mean. But we can talk about things respectfully any point in time, you know what I mean. I ain't got no problem ever doing that, ever, you know what I mean. Because my opinions can be strong and bold, you know what I mean. And it's just how it is. That's how I am. I'm real passionate about this team. I love this organization, and you know what I mean. I speak strongly of it. And Eli Manning was one of our most loyal soldiers, you know what I mean. And I don't let people talk bad about him, ever. I just don't, because it's just no place for that with me. If you're a true New York Giant fan, you shouldn't have bad things to say about Eli Manning. That's the way I feel like. And then I throw a little honorable mention in there from my boy Michael Strahan because, also, once again, another all time New York Giant great. I got to also, like Eli, witness his entire career from start to finish. You know what I mean? Pretty much every play, every down, every snap with the New York Giants. They were career Giants. They were all time great. So I love Mike Strahan too. I did have the honor actually in 2014 of traveling over to Canton, Ohio, and seeing him get immortalized in the Hall of Fame. It was a great, amazing weekend. I was like literally steps away from Michael Strahan about 3 or 4 different times that weekend. It was awesome. It was great. Went there with the family. It was surreal. It was a real surreal experience. You know what I mean? Like I can't speak more about that how great that experience was. And then how about a favorite game? I thought about this. I wasn't born till 1977, so I really don't like to speak on anything prior to that for sure, because I just don't really have the true knowledge and facts to speak on it. I didn't witness those games. I've seen highlights of old games and things like that, but I can't truly speak on games that I didn't actually get to witness myself with my own 2 eyes. And then I realized, my actual favorite game anyway isn't from that wasn't from that long ago. I nicknamed this game the Blood, Sweat, and Guts game. It was the 2011 NFC Championship game out in Candlestick Park, against them 49ers. And I'm going to let you know that defense was ferocious that year. It was downright scary. And there ain't no other way to describe it. And it wasn't any less scary that day. But my guy Eli led us on that journey to the second Super Bowl in 4 years with straight toughness, you know what I mean? He don't get the credit he deserved for that game. I feel like if he had any other name on the back of his jersey that particular day, he would people be still talking about that as some all-time great quarterback performance, legendary things that legends are made of, you know what I mean? But no, he's Eli Manning, so everybody just downplays it like no big deal, nothing, you know what I mean? Like he was getting like literally, I don't think most quarterbacks would have even survived that game that day. That's how real it was. He took hits that were just out of this world in that game. Like there were times I literally thought there's no way he's getting back up and being able to finish this game. Most quarterbacks probably went to the sideline and told coach, like, I don't want to go back in. Because it was that serious. The 49ers was on his ass that whole day. Harassed him. It was times he was getting up, pulling grass out his helmet. He was twisting his helmet back around. His chin strap pulled up over his chin. It was just out of control. There was a couple times he was twisting his shoulder, putting his shoulder pads back in place under his jersey. It was madness. But all Eli kept doing was getting up, going to that huddle, and throwing darts, bro. Throwing darts. Hakeem Nicks, Victor Cruz, Mario Manningham, Jake Ballard. Yeah, I said it. Jake Ballard, tight end. Nobody even knows who Jake Ballard is right now. You know what I mean? But that's who Eli was. He was getting the ball to whoever he had to out there to get the ball to, working with what he had, working and just doing and just making magic happen. You know what I mean? So nobody ever gives him enough credit for like the performance he had in that game. It was just outstanding. To me, the fact that people question the fact whether he's a Hall of Famer or not is just absolutely mind-blowing to me. It's absurd. Like, he is an all-time great, whether anybody wants to admit it or realize or just, you know what I mean? Just flat out say, I think people just never like the oh shucks look that he always has on his face. I get it, you know what I mean? It's not, he don't necessarily show that confident look of some of the other great quarterbacks in this league, you know what I mean? He don't have that swag, so to speak. I get it, you know what I mean? But what bottom line is, for 16 straight years, he came running out that tunnel ready to go. Every game, every week, no excuses, no exceptions. Get up in every press conference and own everything. Good, bad, ugly, and indifferent, baby. That's why I love Eli. That's why I respect Eli. You know what I mean? And then other things you're going to have to expect from me coming up on this in the near future when I get this thing up and running, you know what I mean? It's going to be bold and honest opinions, you know what I mean? Like absolute, my opinion is going to be bold, honest, straightforward, you know what I mean? Everybody don't necessarily agree with things I always had to say, and you're not supposed to. My opinions are my opinions, and your opinions are yours. We can debate about them, like I said earlier, respectfully, like grown-ups, you know what I mean? And keep it moving, you know what I mean? That's all it is. We're not supposed to always agree on everything. You know what I mean? You're going to also get accurate and true content. I'm not going to be up here, spitting out no nothing crazy, none of that fugaziness, you know what I mean? Yeah, none of that, nothing. Yeah, I know I'm sounding like Donnie Brasco right now. None of that fugazi stuff coming up out of here, out of my mouth, man. It's gonna be all real content, all true content, you know what I mean? So you're gonna definitely get that. That's a promise, 100%. Facts. You're getting facts over here, baby. And then, you know what I mean? I'm just, like I said, no nonsense at all, man. Like I said, you want to come commenting and stuff like that on my stuff? I appreciate all the comments, all the feedback, but keep it 100% respectful on my channel. I will not tolerate any nonsense. I will not. It's nipped in the bud from the door. I'm letting y'all know that right now. That's not even negotiable. Keep everything you say respectful, whether you agree with what somebody said or not. You keep your comments respectful. That's all I ask from the door. I will not tolerate disrespecting of anyone, not disrespecting myself, not disrespecting anybody else in my community. You know what I mean? Like that's just how it's gonna go. And that's not even, like I said, not up for debate. It's not negotiable. Keep comments respectful on my channel. Your opinion is your opinion, and you allowed to voice it. But don't disrespect people. No personal attacks. That's not going down on my channel. So, like I said, people out there, everybody out there in New York Giant Nation, please, please, I'm working hard to get this thing up and going. So for right now, while I'm dropping little stories, my little New York Giant stories and fables to y'all along the way until I get ready to really officially, fully launch, please go to my channel, Mac the Giants fan. Smack that subscribe button. Hit them likes, you know what I mean? I'm coming for y'all, you know what I mean? I got y'all. I'm coming. It's a promise. You can bet on it, you know what I mean? I'm coming.